Welcome to Candid Conversations with Candidates, sponsored by Crowing Power in partnership with the Brainerd Lakes Chamber and Lakes Media Collaborative. I'm Lisa Paxton, and joining me is Nancy Adams, candidate for Mayor of Pequot. Welcome, Nancy.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you here. We'll go first to your opening.
Okay. I'm Nancy Adams, and I have had the privilege of serving as mayor for the past 4 years. During that time, we have accomplished much, yet there are many projects I would like to complete. I believe this election boils down to one very simple question. What do you want for the future of Pequot Lakes, both in the short term and in 10 or 20 years? As I listen to residents, they tell me they want to retain the current healthy balance between residential life and business. Many of us moved here or stayed here because that is the kind of city we want to live in. I am saddened to say that others running for office care only about business and ignore the interests of the residents. In my view, that's very short-sighted. An example of this is the inability to pass the comprehensive plan. This plan is important because it's the city's roadmap for the future. It contains short, medium, and long-term goals that guide the decision-making at all levels. This well-developed plan was approved 7-0 by Planning and Zoning, a group of very diverse individuals, 5 of whom were business people. Participation and input were included from the Chamber, the business groups, the Economic Development Committee, and local residents. Even with this broad support, 2 council members, one of whom is running for re-election, have refused to vote for adoption. Notwithstanding this uncooperative approach, I am proud to say that Pequot Lakes has made great strides during this difficult economic time. Compared to 4 years ago, we have more jobs at all skill levels, more businesses, new and improved parks, more streamlined ordinances, and a continuing awareness of the importance of protecting our green space. All of this has been accomplished while the tax levy has increased on average 0.5% per year over the last 4 years.
Great. Thank you, Nancy. Let's talk about top priorities if you're elected.
Well, I would say that trying to work to get the comprehensive plan passed. We're working on a master park plan that we're very excited, the park board's very excited about. I have been approached with about a land donation that I've been working on privately that would be a rustic park where in the summers it would be for hiking, and in the winters it would be for snowshoeing and cross-country skiing. So that's really something very exciting.
Okay, good. Thank you. So give me 3 things that distinguish you from the other candidate.
I work really hard. I have been the mayor for 4 years, and I've put a lot of time and effort. I go and participate fully in both business groups that we have in Pequot. And I think I try to look at, as I said in my opening statement, I try to make a balance between the city, the businesses, and the residential life.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk about budgets.
Yes.
What are your budget priorities, and how will you make sure that they're paid for?
Yeah, that's a real tough one. Every year we go through the budget cycle, and as I said, we're very fortunate in Pequot. We've had balanced budgets. We've been cautious about what we do. Over the last 4 years, the increase totally has been about 0.5% over the 4 years. So I'm very proud of that, and we have worked hard. There have been 1 year that our city people had no raises. They've been stellar about it. They work hard. We have a pared down economy at the city, and that's how we're going to keep it. I think people need to remember when they first see in the paper that we always set a preliminary budget. And the preliminary budget is the state requires this, and you cannot go above it. You can only go below it. So when you hear the word preliminary budget, it means, you know what, we've got to put it up high to begin with because you never know what's going to come whomping along and get you out of the side. So we want to be well prepared.
Okay. Let's talk about the economy a little bit. How will you make sure that the city of Pequot is business friendly?
Oh, I think we are very business friendly. As I said, we have 2 business groups in town that I fully participate, and they both are looking out for the businesses and the residents in Pequot. They have each taken part of a time of what they can do that they do best at. And I think that's been it. I go door to door throughout the businesses trying to find out what they need. We've been very, very careful about zoning permits and making things easier, subdivision of business lots in the business park to make smaller lots. That was one thing that, again, passed 3-2, but it's very busy, business friendly. And so we try very hard to be business friendly.
Good, thanks. So let's talk about community partners. What community partners will you work with if elected?
Well, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, but I started 4 years ago a mayor's networking group.
Okay.
I think that's one thing. We meet once a month. There are 6 mayors involved, and we sit and we talk about what we can do together, how we do things, how we can collaborate. Are there ways to collaborate? Right now, when you talk about collaboration, all the police in our area do collaborate because they're all on the instant response to each other. We have the Pine River Sanitation District that does now our water and sewer because that's more fiscally responsible and better for all of us. They have excellent people working there, so that's been kind of put out there. The fire department, the Pequot Fire Department serves all around. I think there are 8 communities, or townships and communities that the fire department serves. So those are the kind of things that we collaborate, and I am always looking for ways to collaborate.
Okay, that's great. Well, that concludes our questions, so you have an opportunity for anything else you'd like to add.
Okay, well, all right, it's a little short here. In closing, I just would like to say that in Pequot Lakes, we have had many successes over the last 4 years. You drive around Pequot and the town in any direction, and you see businesses that are having an absolutely great year. Stop in at the new businesses to meet the owners and who are positive about being in our community. Check out the parks. Visit the library. This is a balance of residential life and business that makes us a great community. And I want to keep it that way. I've worked very hard, and I hope you'll vote for me. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us for Candid Conversations with Candidates. View this and other interviews at votebrainerdlakes.com. And remember, most importantly, vote November 6th.